Right, Friday morning, the boys have gone, that's the holiday over, so did a week with them, chilling, a little bit of work, loads of training, good food, a few drinks, but on my own now, so time to get back to it. Just about to go out and do an interval session. So today I've got 2k warm up, 30 minutes at half marathon pace, which is between 4:12 and 4:15, and then 2k warm down. Then I'm gonna blast some check-ins, have some food. Spending one night with Josh and Kira around the corner from here, and then I have a new Airbnb to move to tomorrow for myself, well, with myself for 5 days. But yeah, had a sick time, really good, but I'm looking forward to getting back to it and getting back on my work. Launched that new program, Athletic Aesthetic, had a great response so far. So I've actually been signing up a few people and onboarding them, even when my mates were here. That was the work I was doing, but yeah, very pleased. So this will be a new video. That one before was kind of just messing around, a bit of a montage of training and stuff in Marbs, whereas this one I'm probably going to do just a few days of eating, training and work, give a bit of an insight into that, just full on vloggy style. But that view is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm going to go out now, finish this warm up off and check back in later on. Gaff and a half this.
Like it? Welcome to my crew.
Say hello to my massive YouTube channel.
Are you YouTubing?
I'm a YouTuber.
You need to
Vlogging. So just on my way to the gym, going back to Elements Gym, Marbella, which I went to last night. Really sick. Not quite central, put the news a little bit out, but it's like primarily a bodybuilding gym, but then they've got a functional stuff in there as well, so it's perfect. Saturday today, done a few check-ins this morning, kept working on some setups, did a little bit of outreach, speak to people on Instagram. I'm going to get this session done, then I'm going to move to my new Airbnb, which I've got until Thursday. I'm going to chill because I'm feeling very fatigued off the double session yesterday. Did that 13k interval run and then heavy on the deadlift, so I'm feeling fucked, so I need to just lie down for a couple of hours in the sun, continue to work on this tan, and then going out for sushi with Kira and Josh tonight, which should be really nice. So yeah, looking forward to that, and then I'm going to be at it literally all day tomorrow working. We've had I think 9 sign-ups in like the last 10 days, which has been absolutely fantastic. Couldn't be happier. The new program launch that I mentioned in the last video, Athletic Aesthetic, has really popped off, and still got another week and a half to push it as well, so we should get a fair few more through that. But yeah, very pleased with how it's gone. Just shows that when you spend time kind of like continuously building a brand, continuously posting on socials, posting results, communicating with clients, it really does pay off when you launch something a bit bigger like that. So yeah, very happy, but I'm gonna get a few steps on the way to the gym and then get the session done. I've got take a full body movement session today, nothing too intense, a little bit of shoulders, a few pull-ups, but yeah, I'm gonna get into it. Okay, so I thought I'd give a little bit of information about the training I'm doing here and also the training that I did throughout the entire holiday. So even though I was on holiday, we were going out, eating out, a couple of nights out as well. I got all my training sessions done. So that is 5 weight training sessions a week and 4 runs a week. I was pleased to get it all done, but training is just a complete non-negotiable for me, regardless of whether I'm hungover or a little bit tired. But this was a Saturday morning, so Saturday is like generally a lighter weight training session for me. I just kind of hit some arms and shoulders and basically do some movement work, which is what you can see here. Obviously I am hybrid training, it's a lot of volume, and well, I found, from myself and working with a lot of our clients, if you don't stay on top of your movement work, handling any niggles that you might have through rehab work, then they will catch up with you, and it'll either lead to significant decreases in performance or it'll even cause an injury at some point. So basically what I was doing before there is just some dynamic stretches to open up the hip flexors, which is always kind of a tight area for me. I don't do any static stretching, just because there's a lot of research to show now that it's actually detrimental to performance. So any movement and stretching that I do is of a dynamic fashion. And then what you can see here is, well, obviously some pull-ups in an L-sit position. So basically training my core to strengthen my lower abs that are quite weak for me, whilst also stimulating some hypertrophy in the upper body through the lats. But by this point of the week, I've done all my heavy training. I've done my 4 heavy strength sessions, 2 lower body sessions, 2 upper body sessions, also done 3 runs. So this is my only session on a Saturday, and then the last one of the week is always a long run on Sunday. So I always enjoy this session. It's not too intense. I just like to kind of go in on Saturday morning, just have some fun with it. Obviously this training is still all programmed by my own coach, Fred Silcock, who is a strength and performance coach in London. Been working with him for a couple of years now. I've seen amazing improvements to my performance, my mobility. He's also helped me clear up some imbalances and stuff that, well, just some kind of long-standing niggles and injuries that I'd had from playing rugby and strength training for a lot of years when I was younger without too much guidance in the gym. I always hit a little bit of arms on a Saturday as well, just because it's just a bit of fun. All of my other training is incredibly structured, so after I kind of hit the fundamentals in this session, I just like to have a bit of fun with it and get a good pump on. Sunday run day, 16k about to go down in about half an hour. It's 9 a.m, I had a lie-in, really need it. Trying to prioritise sleep over the next few months, going to lead to better training performance, better work productivity. But yeah, so I just need to warm up. I've already had my coffee, I've already had my electrolytes. I'm going to get out and fucking smash it. It doesn't seem to be too warm, which is great. Not very humid either. That's the main difference that I've noticed between Dubai and Spain, is the humidity. So it's okay to run early in the morning. Like obviously if you leave it till midday, it still will be very tough, but yeah, it's totally fine. But went out for sushi last night, ended up having loads of ice cream as well, so went way over calories, but it's okay. I think one tip that I could give anyone is, if you're using MyFitnessPal and tracking calories, make sure that you look at your weekly average calories, not just your daily ones, because I had almost 4,000 calories yesterday, which is obviously way over my goal. But then when I looked at my average for the course of the week, I'm only a tiny bit over. So it's just a case of bringing them down a little bit today and then tomorrow, and I'll be well within my targets. So that's just a bit of a tip, to make sure that you don't stress about things too much, because this is meant to be enjoyable at the end of the day. So yeah, gonna get this done. I've just been doing a little bit of work on the balcony. Had my best month ever in terms of business, and it's only the 22nd of the month, so very happy. Gonna keep pushing, gonna keep growing. I think I'm gonna put out an advert to try and get another coach on board in August, just to keep me motivated and keep me ticking over and keep me pushing. But yeah, very happy with how everything is going. I'll pick up on that in terms of business and stuff later on in the week. This vlog is just gonna be purely training and work. I'm in the zone. I've got 4 more days here. This is a new Airbnb, by the way, but I'm not going to do a tour because it's a fucking mess, because I was packed last night. But I'll do one later on. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but I'm going to go and smash this 10 miler. Right, I'm back. I'm realising that I'm just forgetting to vlog and getting very sidetracked, but I did that 10 mile run. I think the average pace was 4:38. So that's 16k. First 10k was at 450, which was at the upper end of the range for the pace guidelines, and then the final 6 increased the pace a bit at around a 4:30, and it came out at about 4:38. So I was pleased with that. It was pretty warm as well. I finished at like 11:30, so it was hot. So I'm very pleased with how I've handled the heat and the performance. And about 8k of that was on like a sandy dirt trail. So I think when I get back to the UK and I'm running on like pavement, I'm going to be absolutely flying. And that's obviously where the half marathon is in September. Dubai is going to be a different story. I don't know how I'm going to manage that, but we'll get through it. So I had some food. Had about 100 grams of oats, some dark chocolate, 50 grams of whey, blueberries, some mango, just fueling up. Post run, it's all about just replenishing those glycogen stores. And I've been at the laptop for like an hour and a half, just setting people up. So I've set 3 people up, but I had to be fair, I had done quite a lot of that yesterday. But yeah, just putting out a fucking serious amount of work at the moment, but I've got to, because we've had a lot of sign-ups and I'm under quite a bit of pressure, but it's good pressure. Things have been crazy over the last 6 weeks. We've had a lot of people sign up, which I'm so happy about, because we went through a bit of a phase like a few months ago where kind of stagnant in terms of client numbers, and I think that was obviously, don't really know what it was down to, just go through those phases. So I think when things pick up, you've really just got to take advantage of it. Like, that's the way that I work. Put myself under pressure. And the amount of work that I end up putting out is quite impressive for me anyway. And I'm going to write an Instagram caption about this tomorrow, but just like tolerance in terms of training, in terms of like the amount of work that you can handle, the amount of stress, like it takes time to do that and build that tolerance. And like, if I tried to do the amount of check-ins that I do now, and send the amount of like onboarding documents that I do now a year ago, I wouldn't have had a chance. But I've just built that up over the last year. And that's what we're kind of training the team to do now. Like I was saying to one of my mates who, she wants to start online coaching, and I was saying to her, like, you just have to throw yourself in at the deep end. You have to do that tough grind, that tough work at the start to make things work. And I feel like everything's just starting to pay off for me, but it's been 3.5 years of just fucking grinding and documenting everything. But yeah, really pleased with how it's going. So I'm going to get back to this now, and then I'm going to go out, and I've got about 5,000 steps to do to hit my target. Something I was thinking about as well when I was like on my run, like digging at the end, like it was so hot, I was dehydrated, I was hungry. A guy that I know in Dubai who's an online coach, like he's got a massive company, and like he's just an absolute savage. George Armstrong was saying in his most recent Instagram post, he was like, people are not aggressive enough with their goals. And I just fucking love that. Like, most people are just coasting, like literally operating at like 50% and just not even doing anything, like just not putting out any amount of work, not really putting much effort into their fitness, personal development and stuff. And like, we could just all be doing so much more. Like, I've just done a photo shoot prep that was quite hard, but I could have gone harder. Like, work's going well, but we can be pushing harder, and that's the way you have to think. That's that progressive mindset. And if you can do that year round and kind of combine it with periods of downtime and enjoying yourself and rewarding yourself, then you're gonna fucking be successful. So that's the way that I think at the moment. Is just like, yes, we've done well, I've done well, but how can we take it to the next level? And it all starts with training, it all starts with discipline, with the diet, and then it transfers into other areas of your life. So that's the motivational talk for the day done. So Monday these days is always an easy run in the morning. I think I hit 10k and then wandered down to the closest gym that I could find to where I was staying. Just had a lot of work on. Mondays is always a lot of check-ins and a few calls, so just had to get in, get it done. I think it was a gym called Synergy, as I say, just in Old Town Marbella. It was actually okay, just got a day pass. No natural light. I'm a massive fan of natural light in a gym. Don't really like these kind of underground basements, just ruin the vibes. But it was a good session and just really enjoying my training at the moment, like reversing out of the photo shoot, calories starting to increase at a kind of low rate, which is allowing me to hold my composition and stay lean, but notice significant improvements in strength, even with just adding a couple hundred calories on a day. It's about 3 weeks after when I filmed this now, but strength is just going through the roof and putting up some good numbers. I'm definitely the strongest I've ever been at this body weight anyway by a significant margin, and I'm also running a lot more than I've ever run in my life. So training performance is absolutely flying, and I feel like it's really carrying over to my physique, but that's just down to diligence with nutrition and being really on point of it, whilst also having a little bit of balance. So just stuck my camera up in the change room to take one of these kind of like videos that, you know, influencers do where they check their rig. Loads of people walked past me and kind of looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? But I think I'm just used to being in Dubai. Like, there's people in the changing rooms just taking topless selfies and stuff all the time. But yeah, I think it's just good to document this sort of stuff. And like, even looking back on this now, like 3 weeks on, I can tell I was holding on to quite a lot of water weight there from eating out. But I've pulled it back now, and I've still got the composition from the photo shoot. Unbelievable weather. So 10:30 Wednesday. This morning I hit an interval session along the coast with Jamie, Physique Academy. He's at the head coach for that online coaching company. Really good to link up with him. Very like-minded, driven in work, business, and obviously training as well. So I've got a couple of clips from that run that I'll probably put in just on my iPhone. But we did a 2K warm-up. We did, 6 4-minute intervals at about a 3:55 to 4-minute pace, 2K cool down. And then I've just had a call with my head coach Dylan, who has been with me for almost a year now, about 10 months. Took him on last October to help me train my clients and kind of build more of a community and build a team. I took him on when I had about 50 clients myself, and things were really starting to pick up and I was getting very overwhelmed. So it's been amazing bringing him on. He's allowed me to basically maintain the high quality of service for the company. And recently we brought Harry on, who is fantastic as well. He is very experienced in nutrition. So the team is growing. I've just put a new advert out for another coach who I am interviewing on the weekend. So things are moving, and I think it's definitely a step in the right direction to make sure that we can still grow at a good rate in line with the demand. Fucking hell. But as I say, maintain that high quality service, because that's what I'm all about. That's the reason that I've grown to where I am now, is because I put my all into my clients and I'm not willing to let that slip. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the beach now. I've got a couple of hours off before more consultation calls or something. I don't know what is going on out there. So yeah, calls, beach, chill, calls, and then I'm gonna hit a back and shoulder session this afternoon, and then I've got 2 more calls. It's just been fucking mental this week, and then I'm flying back tomorrow, but pleased with how it's going. Back in the gym again, Wednesday afternoon, hitting a vertical pull and vertical push focus session. So weighted pull-ups here, slightly wide grip, and I think I also did barbell overhead press as well, and then some rows that you'll see later on. But I love my training at the moment. It's just whittled down right to the basics, just heavy compound movements, periodized rep ranges over time, making sure that I'm progressing. And it works really well for me. Like, I've got a pretty good foundation of muscle now that I've built up over the last 12 years of very consistent strength training. So I don't need to do too much to maintain this. I still push myself, don't get me wrong. Like, I lift heavy, but I'm not kind of on that mission to continually add as much muscle mass as possible. If anything, for me right now, it's about just maintaining this muscle mass and improving my running performance. Like, that is my priority for the rest of the year. So I don't really want to be putting on much weight. I don't want to be getting over 79 kilos because it holds me back from my running. So I'm always trying to find the balance between eating enough to allow me to perform well on my runs and in the gym, but not eating too much to the point where I start to gain weight. So that's kind of the kind of what I'm going through at the moment is trying to figure that out, and it's working pretty well. Obviously, I'm working with a nutrition coach at the same time, getting advice off them. But I feel like I'm looking big here, which is ironic because I'm literally the lightest I've been in about 7 years, like 78.5 kilos in this, I think. But feeling strong, performance is good, just on that reverse diet hype. But yeah, this session was great. That's it. Marbella 2023 done. Smashed. Just about to go to the airport. Just had a call this morning with my mentor and the coaching concierge team. Just a really good group of fucking sick online coaches, basically. Flight's not until 4 o'clock. It's 12 now and I'm getting a bit loud. Getting kicked out of the Airbnb in 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna go to the airport, get some food, do a bit of work. Last thing I want to do is be late. But yeah, really good 2 weeks. First week predominantly chilling, doing a little bit of bits and bobs. Second week just by myself, doing a bit of work. But this is what I've always wanted, really, is just to be able to go away and keep the business running, keep progressing, keep training, eat good food, get a good time. I think I've achieved that. So this has given me a little bit of a kind of insight into what it's like to travel and stuff, so I'm definitely going to look to do that more next year. Back to Dubai next week, and with the exception of the Great North Run to see clients in the UK, that'll be me in Dubai until November, where I want to go to Bali and check Bali out. But next summer, definitely planning on spending some more time in Spain. So I love it here. It's like fully my vibe, but for now, time to get back to Dubai. See you later.